Well, was there actually a plot to kill and to assassinate President Donald Trump by Iran? Because now this seems to be a breaking update, what we are learning amid the Middle East war. And after what is now being said, that after Iranian intelligence agent, however, was convicted. Now, this seems to be a big bombshell that has now been claimed by the FBI director himself, where he seems to be of the opinion that Trump was on Iran's hit list, claiming that justice has now been done and the bid to kill or to assassinate Donald Trump has now been foiled. Now, as far as President Trump is concerned, he has already made the statement saying that I got him before he could get me. And this seems that why in the way that preemptive strikes, according to US and Israel, they have been justifying as to why it was necessary, because they were saying that Iran was ready to strike Israel. Iran was ready to strike several other locations as far as US bases are concerned. And this seems to be a timely intervention, Risha, that has now been done on part of the US authorities and the Israeli authorities. Now, they claim, Rishabh, that there was a bid to assassinate, an assassination plot for Donald Trump. However, they believe that has now been foiled with the killing of Khamenei and with the preemptive strikes that they launched against Iran.
Well, Amita, if you see the charge sheet that FBI has now posted and the Department of Justice has now released, it says that Asif Merchant, who happens to be a Pakistani national, has been arrested. He was preparing to assassinate Donald Trump. What we're going to understand that he was backed by the Iranian intelligence agency. But before he could act upon the tips that he had against Donald Trump, he has now been captured by FBI and the local authorities. Further investigation will continue, but the preliminary investigation, as per Kash Patel, the director of FBI, suggests that the Pakistani national Asif Merchant was acting on behalf of Iranian intelligence agency in a bid to assassinate the US President Donald Trump.
Absolutely, because they on their end have been giving justification exactly why was it necessary to launch these preemptive strikes on Iran. What is Kash Patel now saying, Akansha?
Well, was there an attempt to kill Donald Trump? Well, first, let me take you through what FBI has said in a statement about this person in question who has been convicted. A jury convicted Asif Merchant, also known as Asif Raza Merchant, for murder for hire, attempting to commit an act of terrorism transcending national boundaries. They've said that he was a trained operative of Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. In fact, he arrived in the United States in April of 2024. He met with a hitman in June, who was in fact the undercover US law enforcement officer in New York, and then he was placed under arrest before leaving the country in July of 2024, and now he has been convicted by the court. Now, this is what FBI Director Kash Patel has to say. He said that Asif Merchant showed up to the US looking to assassinate President Donald Trump and other government officials. This FBI did not forget. Today, the justice has been served. So this is a statement that is coming as far as Asif Merchant is concerned. FBI director is saying that he came to US looking to assassinate President Donald Trump, but that was foiled and now he has been convicted by the court.
Utkar sir, where there has been assassination attempts before on Donald Trump, but that time he wasn't the president. Now the situation, do you believe, has drastically changed? You know, as far as even thinking of an assassination attempt of a US president, by far, would be a very, very difficult situation to actually, you know, in a way to get into that security, because yes, US presidents in the past has well also been, you know, assassinated.
This input coming from FBI director himself, we have to believe it. But few days ago, on this input, it was said that even Joe Biden was on its list. So there is a thing, there is a Pakistani national involved, no surprise on that. And Iranian intelligence is also quite potent. They must have been involved, or they must have been trying to preempt this thing. And Donald Trump is a great survivor, and that thing, I think it has come out. This is one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is this input has been given to make believe that why this operation has been launched, this epic fury. So, I mean, it is open to for us to now decide which one is the correct input.
So this seems that how, you know, Trump assassination attempts played into his decision to actually attack Iran. Let's in the meantime also